Welcome back to another episode of Eyekon TV, and today we have an amazing young boxing prospect by the name of Abel Mejia. What's cracking with you, brother?
How's it going? I'm doing pretty good in yourself.
I'm good. What week are you in camp?
This is my 8th week. I got like 2 more weeks.
Are you starving?
Not yet. I have about 5-6 more pounds, but now it's still feeling good.
5 or 6 more pounds.
Yeah.
How hard is it going to be to lose those?
This camp has been pretty easy, so hopefully the last 5 will be easy too.
So it's safe to say right now, me and you are not going to go eat out after this.
Yeah, very safe to say. Very safe to say.
What does your diet consist of right now?
Right now is all protein, all meats, and just a lot of fruit, and especially water. I've been living off water.
What type of fruits are you staying away from? Because I know that some fruits can be like bad for you, type sugary
Yeah.
ass fruits, right?
So yeah, sugary fruits like apples and oranges. Right now just more strawberries, grapes, and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Apples and oranges are not helping you lose weight.
Yeah.
So people losing weight that want to tell Icon, just eat some apples and oranges. You're just trying to make me fatter, perro. It's crazy. I've never heard of you not making weight. And what, I've been like 4 or 5 of your fights or something like
Yeah.
that.
Thank God never miss weight. I plan to never miss weight. Yeah. Very unprofessional.
What happens when you, other than being unprofessional, what happens? They dock your pay, maybe
Yeah.
even not fight?
Yeah, doc your pay, and it depends if on how much you
How
miss.
severe? Yeah.
Yeah. If I come over 5-10 pounds, then they can cancel the fight. Yeah. So I don't want to risk that. That's the hard part.
Is Robert your actual trainer right now?
No, right now my actual trainer is my dad, but we spend our camps there sparring there. Like Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's what it is. Got
Yeah.
you. What's up, Dad? This fool ever cry about losing weight?
No, but he gets in bad moods though on the last week.
Yeah, very grumpy. Like nobody
Cranky
talks to
asshole.
me. Yeah.
That's right. This is a bad dude. I've seen him obviously fight, and I've seen him in sparring, and he's given a lot of people the business. We'll get there. First, let me get my sponsors out the way. Shout out to my boys. Wait till after your fight to take this, just in case you test dirty for bee pollen. Who knows? Who knows what kind of advantage honey packs give you? But yeah, shout out to the honey packs. I don't know if you need these. Probably not at your young age.
No, shout out to them though. Appreciate it. Thank you.
But coach might put a little prep in your step, coach. Obviously, you know what it is. Shaka,
Yeah,
everything per
Shaka.
usual. Have that.
Best in the
That's
game.
yours.
Thank you.
Do I have some t-shirts? Did they give you the bandana print t-shirts?
Yeah, they did.
Well, here, anyways.
Thank you.
Just in
Appreciate
case.
it. Thank you.
And I'm highly sponsored by Cookies and Vibes, but obviously you're a professional athlete, so I'm not gonna offer you any of those types of things. But here's some merchandise
Thank
from
you.
Vibes.
Appreciate it.
If any of the images portrayed on those shirts does not align with the image that you're public, no, I'm just kidding. Give it away to your homies if you don't want to keep
No,
it.
I'll definitely keep those. Thank you.
Sick ass fool. So let's start at the very beginning, brother. For the people that don't know, tell me your story. Where'd you grow up, and what was it like growing up there?
So I grew up in the city of Orange, the neighborhood of El Medina, and it's a very small neighborhood. It's not the nicest place, but I can't say it's the most ghetto either. They have the little hoods here and there. It was cool. I can't say I grew up, in a bad neighborhood, but I also didn't grow up in a good neighborhood. So it's kind of an in between. A lot of gang activity, but it was more controlled.
I look at your dad, and I think that was a super cholo, bro. How did you avoid getting in any trouble growing up? I mean, you're still growing up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Honestly, my dad keeping me in sports kind of kept me away from all that. Because I used to be the hothead. I'd get in fights in schools and all that. And so my dad just kind of tried to keep me away from that. I played baseball and then just turned into boxing.
What age did you begin boxing?
I believe 8 years old, 9 years old.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Like right now, I envision you playing like Pop Warner baseball. No, 8 years old? No,
Yeah.
no. You've been boxing your whole life.
Yeah, I've been boxing forever.
Where did you begin boxing at?
I've been getting boxing in Santa Ana at TKO Boxing Club. I spent my entire amateur career there. And then after that, I decided to turn pro. My dad took over as my head trainer.
Fire. When you were 8 years old, were you scared? Were you into it? Like, what made you agree to be down to go box?
So it's a funny story actually, because we were playing baseball and it was the off season, and so my brother was gaining a lot of weight. my dad's like, we gotta, find something to keep you guys busy. So he found boxing. At first, I was like, nah, I'm sick to baseball. Then I got
Your
bored.
brother,
Yeah. And so he was gaining a lot of weight. And then my dad's like, all right, we're gonna find, put him in boxing. At first, I didn't want to do it. Then I was like, all right, I'll try. I'm gonna go to the gym. And then sure enough, I fell in love with it, and I never went back to baseball. I just stuck with boxing.
that's fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, so I'll tell the story. So it's funny that you say that because I was asking you what it felt like for you being that young trying to do it when we were last together. When I got that Ryan Garcia clip, Ryan Garcia was sitting at this fool's table, so mandatory that we got it in, right?
Yeah.
But and he was a cameraman for that clip, in case you guys didn't know. But I was asking him about my son because obviously you guys see me posting my 6-year-old boxing, whatever. What was it like for you being that young, going through the motions? Do you remember?
Yeah, oh yeah. At first, it kind of felt weird because I wasn't used to being that active, especially like starting sparring and fighting with the younger kids.
How long did it take for you to start sparring?
About 4 or 5 months. Yeah, so I kind of learned the fundamentals first. That part was fun. Then the first time I sparred, I got a bloody nose. It was chaos. Then after a couple more times, I got used to it.
Do you remember what it felt like when you started leaking?
Yeah, it sucked. I just felt like everything was crashing down on me. Like, oh, I'm getting hit, I'm bleeding, like getting my ass kicked, basically. Yeah, it was not a good feeling.
Were you already 9 when you started sparring, or you're still 8?
I was still 8. Yeah, yeah,
What did that feel like, Dad, watching him leak?
I was kind of in shock. Like, oh, shit, this is real.
yeah. It was cool. It was fun. But now it's even more fun because now I get yeah.
Yeah. They okay, so whatever days we go to training, right? Obviously, I'm not driving him to Roberts yet, but yesterday the trainer there said, all right, guys, we got to start getting you guys sparring. Keep in mind, he's only 6-year-old. There's no other child his size there.
Yeah.
And he's like, tomorrow I'm going to spar? And I was like, yeah, no, you've only came for a month. You're not nowhere near ready.
Yeah.
But anyway, so how did you, so after the first time you got punched, you didn't,
I kind of didn't really know how to react. I was more of like, damn, did that really happen? Then I'm like, all right, now, now I got to hit him back. Now I got to let him feel what I just felt.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it was kind of weird, but I kind of picked up on it quick.
How many years did you spend at TKO?
I spent about 14, 15 years there.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was your spot.
Yeah, I was there for a long time. Yeah.
At what year did you begin your amateur career?
I think 9 years old.
Damn.
Yeah. So I trained for a good year, and then they're like, all right, you're gonna fight this weekend. Make sure you weigh this amount, and then sure enough, I got to fight that first time.
How did you guys come to grips on that? Like, okay, we're gonna go amateur, because I know you guys got to like sign some papers.
Yeah,
and all
we had to
kinds
get
of
the
shit.
licensing and all that. But because I started getting pretty good and very aggressive, and then my coach was like, okay, I think you're ready. Do you want to pursue this, or do you just want to train? And I was like, no, I want to fight and see how it is actually fighting. And then so we decided to fight. Yeah, it was fun.
I'm just picturing how this is gonna go for me. Damn, that's so crazy. Because the youngest you could compete at is 8 years old.
Yeah.
But sparring, it doesn't matter. I mean, even
No, he could go spar right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, that even is nerve wracking.
No, it's vicious.
Yeah.
Damn. And what was your first fight like?
My first fight, it was very nerve wracking because the guy I fought, it was his home gym and also his amateur debut, so he had a bunch of his people there, and it was a great fight. I busted his nose in the first round. He started crying in the second round, and I just kept giving him hell until the end of the fight, and then I won by unanimous.
He was crying in the corner.
Yeah, he was crying in the corner. I remember that.
About what?
I just kept hitting him. I was coming at him with everything I had.
Oh, frustration type crying. Little kid frustration crying.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was bad?
Yeah. But I think what set him back was before the fight, how after you make weight, you got to eat. He ate like a burrito that was about half the size of him. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's a wrong move.
Do you remember what you ate?
Honestly, no. I think it was Denny's. Denny's or McDonald's where we ate.
Not after the fight, but after the weigh-in.
After the weigh-in, yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Fuck. So, how many amateur fights did you end up having?
I think around 50. I finished with my amateur record. I think it was like 45-6, 45-5.
That's fire.
Yeah, I had a pretty good amateur record. We fought a lot of good top guys in the amateurs too.
Did you win any amateur titles?
I won the amateur silver gloves. I won regionals. Then I went to state. Won state. Then I went to region or started at a district. Went to,
District, regional, state.
and then nationals. Yeah.
So you became a national champion.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
The only part that sucked about that, it was a 4-month tournament, and it was all throughout Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, and it was just all cutting weight. Yeah, but
You're a
had to do
national
what I had to do.
champion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fire.
Yeah, it was
Talk
cool.
to me about some of the bigger names that you saw when you were doing amateur boxing.
We pretty much seen everybody. Like one of my amateur fights, I fought right before Ryan Garcia,
That's fire.
his brother, Ashton Sylvie, a lot of the big names. That kid Xander Zayas, he was an amateur when I was an amateur.
Did you personally fight any of them?
No, I didn't. The only guy I fought is that kid that signed with Matchroom, Kristek Baldazua, and his brother. They're both good fighters, and I fought them both in amateurs.
You beat them?
Yeah, both of them.
Well, there's that. Although whatever happened there.
Yeah.
People grow. Hopefully, if you ever see them again, they learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, and those fights, I believe we were 9, 10 years old when we fought. Yeah,
It's different.
Yeah.
Damn. Why do some people have like 300 amateur fights?
I think they try to get the experience, but they kind of overdo it, and then eventually, I feel like the people that have hundreds of amateur fights, they peak in the amateurs and they don't do as good in the pros. Yeah, and I believe that happens a lot because you wear yourself out as a kid and it doesn't translate over to the pros.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it gets very crazy.
That's a unique perspective that I'm gonna definitely keep in mind.
Yeah.
300 amateur fights. That sounds like nasty work.
Yeah.
Do you feel fine physically?
Oh yeah, I feel great. I'm ready for this next fight, honestly.
How did you? Okay, so from TKO, where did you go?
From TKO, we branched off, and then my current manager has his own private gym, and that's where we started training at, and then that's now my home gym,
Which is?
It's called Viejo's house, but I'm the only one that trains there. It's like a private gym just for me. And then my dad's my head trainer, just us two there.
Who did you fight with prior to 360?
Nobody. 360 was my pro debut, and then I believe they bought a slot on Campanova Sports, and then after that I signed with 360.
That's fire. What was it? How did you guys link up?
So the connection started back in the amateur days. My dad made a lot of connections, and then that's kind of how we got connected with 360 from the amateur days, where my dad knew, this person, and then they kind of linked in.
That's fire.
Yeah, so it's all about the connections. That's what helped us get where we are today.
I'm not mad at that. That just makes me feel even better about my boxing career. We're plugged in, baby. That's fire. That's amazing. So then, when did you start going to? Did you ever train at Wildcard at all?
No, I had some sparring days there, but that's pretty much it.
But mostly, it's over at Roberts for sparring.
Yeah, mostly that's pretty much where we spend all of our training camps. Is that over there at Roberts, the best sparring, and then the cool thing is the sparring comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is show up.
Yeah.
Literally.
Everybody. Yeah.
I see on sparring days, it's like the worst day to try to go do an interview over there. They're just running. You, how much does he weigh? Yeah, you two. Just put him in there.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just happening over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once that fool turns his hat backwards and he's like, you guys over there. Like, oh, shit.
You know you're going to get the work in.
Is he allowed to talk about people he sparred?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you give a lot of people the business. Let's first talk about you beating up on Shaka, the owner of Shaka.
Yeah.
Fire.
That's my boy, John. I got to give John credit, though. John knew what he was doing. I couldn't just,
was that the last time you sparred him? Was when we all went out to eat after?
I believe it was I sparred with him one time after, too, I believe.
Yeah, you said he gave you a dead arm or something like that?
Yeah, he hit me in the left arm and gave me a mean dead arm. Yeah, but he doesn't look like he hits that hard, but he does. He kind of has like that sneaky punch.
I've let him hit me without a body pad on. It's all right.
Yeah. You don't really expect it, you know. But yeah, shout out to John because
Who are some of the bigger people you sparred, actually?
I sparred Bam Rodriguez.
Fire.
I sparred a lot of big names. I sparred Chop.
Actually, talk to me about sparring Chop.
Yeah, that's probably some of the best work that I've ever gotten. Chop is one of those guys where if you have a bad day, he's gonna let you know you're having a bad day. You got to be on your P's and Q's with him. So take my hat off to him.
It's a bad dude.
Yeah,
His interview is dropping directly after this one.
so yeah, he's always on point. He's very professional, and I personally believe he will be champion.
That's a bad dude.
Yeah,
Like when I see you guys spar, when I see you spar, I see him spar. When I see Cuba
Yeah.
spar, I just wonder how long it's gonna take for you fools to be like super famous, so I can be like, yeah, that's little homies right
One
there.
day,
What's up?
and it's funny, 'cause I've sparred with Cuba too. Cuba's very sharp. It's funny because Cuba is longer than what he looks like in the ring when you're.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's strong, right?
Yeah. Him, I sparred Louis Correa. Louis Correa fought a couple of the champions in my weight class. And then I sparred Ruben Villa. Ruben Villa held the WBC silver.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of good names.
What was it like sparring Bam?
Bam's one of those guys where you see him 1 minute and the next minute he's on your left or next minute he's on your right. You're like, like how did he get over there? Yeah, he's
Footwork is crazy.
Definitely something special.
Damn. Talk to me about your experience at 360, brother.
Honestly, I gotta give 360 all the credit. They've managed my career very well, and I feel like I'm just getting started.
Shout out to Jason, Mike, and of course, Big Tom.
Mhm.
Tom's due to be over here very soon. I like that guy.
Yeah, but they've been doing a very good job of me, and I like how they've been keeping me consistent. They're like, okay, after this fight's over, okay, now here's this date, and it's been cool. It's been very good.
What do you think about the competition they're putting in front of you?
I think it's very good. I think they're building me the right way, and I just can't wait for these bigger and bigger fights.
What venue do you like better, Chumash or Commerce? I know you're probably going to say Commerce because of home,
Mhm.
but like, what feels more like a crazier venue? Does Commerce feel crazier, or does it feel crazier at Chumash?
So I like Commerce because obviously it's like I get more of my crowd there. But to me, Chumash feels like more of a bigger event. Feels like, okay, like I have to show out. There's a lot more going on, a lot more cameras on me, and it feels more like a big event.
That's tight. I have not yet gone to see you fight at Chumash or any at 360 event there because my kid can't go and see.
Yeah, the
That'll
21 and over.
Yeah, but it looks fire.
Yeah, it is.
Who's giving you the most trouble out of all your fights so far?
I think
If you would call it trouble at all.
I think I'd have to say the guy that dropped me. I think Jose Correa is his name. Yeah,
That was crazy
Yeah.
to witness.
that was definitely crazy, especially because I fell asleep on him, and sure enough, I got caught. And I definitely paid the price, but I knew I had to finish that fight strong.
How did that fight end? For the people that don't know,
I knocked him out in the fourth round with the left hook. Yeah,
how did you feel when you fell on your ass like that?
I kind of took it personal because when he dropped me, he like bumped his hands together. He's like, hell yeah. So in my mind, I was like, all right, like I'm gonna get you. Like just give me my time.
Honestly, damn, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think when I saw you fall. Fool. I was like, oh shit.
And the worst part is, as soon as I hit the canvas, I heard the whole crowd just scream, "Oh yeah!" And I'm like, that it made it that much worse. Yeah.
No one's expecting that shit.
Exactly. So it made it that much worse, but it kind of just put that in the back of my mind, like, all right, I have to get this back, and I have to finish strong because I had 2 rounds left.
That's crazy. So technically, you've been boxing since you were 9?
Yeah, since I was 8, 9 years old.
Well, your first official fight was when
Yeah,
you were 9.
9.
So you've been boxing since you were 9 years old. Have you ever been in a street fight
Yeah.
since then? Well, yeah, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Where does this take place at?
Honestly, a lot of them happened after school. A lot of people knew that I
They
fought.
all know you fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you're bad because you know how to box?
Yeah, and it was
Abel?
a lot of the football players, they like, oh, this kid thinks he knows how to fight. And I was nowhere near the biggest guy in high school. I was very small, but I was handle myself, very well.
But why would the football players want to press you anyways to begin with?
To be honest, I don't know. I just kind of just of like a hierarchy, like, oh, like Well, I put it on him. He says he knows how to fight, but I'm the football player, and I did this to him.
So what happened?
It didn't end well for them at all.
Talk to me about the biggest fool that you beat up that thought he was gonna beat you up.
I think I was maybe like 5'1", 5'2" in high school, and then
That's small as hell. You're not even
yeah,
that small right now.
yeah. Right now I'm like about 5'10" now.
Yeah, I was gonna say what the.
I grew a lot, thank God. But in the restroom one time, one of the main, I believe he was a linebacker or a tight end on the team. He was JV, he wasn't varsity yet. And I remember I come in the bathroom. And he starts talking to me. Oh, you think you're so bad because you know how to box? And it's like half the people don't know how to box unless they ask me, But it kind of like started getting around.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I'm going pee in the restroom, and he pushes me into the stall. So my first reaction was like, all right, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna start swinging. And sure enough, I turned around and started swinging on him. And then I hit him with a good 3-piece. He goes down, and then he gets back up. And sure enough, we start fighting. And I hit him with the hook. He goes back down, and he starts bleeding. I'm like, I told you, I know how to fight. Like you come at me sideways, then I'm gonna let you know that I know how to fight. Like I don't start it, but I will definitely finish it.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what? But why?
I don't know.
What
honestly.
were you doing? Were you walking around like, oh fuck?
No, it's funny because in high school I was like the quiet kid, but I was more the comedian. I was friends with mostly everybody, but I guess they just kind of took it as a threat because I was cool with everybody.
What age did you win your national championship at?
I think I was 13, 14.
And it's safe to say everyone knew that.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
the champ is here.
And too, because my school put it in their school newspaper.
Fire.
Yeah, so that was a cool
so
thing.
everyone's pressed. All the students think he's bad.
Yeah.
But you were just chilling.
Yeah, I was just doing what I was supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
And the attention kind of just came to me. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
What advice would you give to someone? What advice would you give to someone to win a street fight? Period.
Honestly, just keep your hands up and keep your shots very short and straight. Because half the time people load up and they try to throw a big shot and just keep it short and straight and just straight to the point. And then most of the time you're gonna win that fight.
Damn. What about now that you're an adult? Have you got into any adult fights?
Thank God. Hopefully I never do, but if I have to, then I will.
That's crazy. So, who is your top 5 in boxing ever?
That's a tough one. So I think one of my favorite fighters is Salvador Sanchez of all time.
Okay.
Naoya Inoue, I think that's how you say his name.
I never remember how to say that man's name.
That man is something special. He's like will be an all-time great. Him, Tank Davis, obviously Canelo's up there big time, and the last one, hopefully one day, me. Yeah.
That's fire.
So I have to add myself in that because I hold myself to a high standard. So hopefully I get to that top 5.
And who's the top 5 to you right now in 2025?
Right now, there's Inoue, there's Bam, there's Canelo, Benavidez, and probably Tank Davis. And hopefully we get that Benavidez versus Canelo fight. That would be something special.
Maybe. Well, so I reported that allegedly Jake Paul and Canelo were about to fight.
I heard that.
But then Turkey dropped a bomb on all of us. It was like, no, Canelo fights fighters.
Yeah.
Which is a sick ass low blow. But yeah, needless to say, none of the Jake Paul is not in the 4-fight deal to my knowledge.
Well, hopefully we get that Crawford fight though.
I think the Crawford's on the table for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a great fight to watch.
Who do you think wins that fight?
Honestly, that's a very close fight, but I think Canelo will win because of his size and he has more experience. Like he's fought the better names, the bigger guys.
Well, I hope he wins.
Yeah, that's a really good fight. But take my hat off to Crawford too for chasing greatness and going up 2 weight classes to even fight Canelo.
Are they fighting at a catch weight?
I believe they're fighting at 168.
That's Canelo's.
Yeah, that's Canelo's. That's his
livelihood. Right, yeah, that's his space right there. Who do you want? Let's assume you get past this next dude. How many more fights do you have to fight until you get a title shot?
Hopefully 5 or 6 fights. I have some people on my radar, but I know it all comes with time. Right now I'm only 6 fights in, my seventh fight, coming up, but it'll all come with time.
How many fights does it usually take to get ranked and all that type of shit?
I think around maybe 14, 15 fights, and it all just depends on who you're fighting as well. If you're fighting people that have a good record, or if you're fighting guys that have a losing record, then it kind of doesn't really help your career as much.
Who are you fighting next?
We have an opponent. I believe he's 9-4 with 8 KOs. He's Mexican. He's an older guy. I believe he's early 30s. I don't take no opponent lightly, but this should be a good fight.
How does it feel being so young when you have to fight older gentlemen? And 30 is not that old.
Yeah.
30s, whatever.
For me, I feel like I have an advantage. I have the youth on my side.
What if he has old man strength?
I think that's fine too, because I've been in the ring with some big punchers, and I have a lot of power myself. And if he brings a fight, then I'll meet him in the middle. I don't shy away from no man.
I feel it. So, do you know anything about his record? Like, did he get those 8 KOs in a row, or has he?
I believe he lost his last 2 fights in a row, and then I believe he won the 4 before that, all by KO.
Damn.
Yes. So we have a tough opponent. He's known for his power, but I'm also known for my power, so it's gonna be a good, exciting fight.
I feel it. Do you ever feel any nervousness when you're entering into a fight?
Honestly, no. Like, the only part that I get a little bit nervous is the ring walk. Once I step in the ring, then it all just goes away.
I remember you saying that because we were on the stage at the last fight as opposed
Yeah.
to being ringside. And you're like, so this is what it seems like for other people to see us in this
Yeah.
moment.
That's the most nerve-wracking part. The only thing I tell myself when I'm on stage, the lights in my face is like,
Don't
all right,
fall down the
yeah,
stairs.
don't fall down the stairs, don't look stupid. Other than that, you're good.
That's fire. What has been something crazy that's happened to you during training camp where you're like, oh, this is potentially going to f my shit?
It was the time I sparred with Bam, and he popped my left eardrum with a hook, and then I couldn't hear out of that, I think, for a good 2 or 3 weeks.
Dog. That would have given me an anxiety attack.
Yeah, it felt weird, just kind of feeling like I'm deaf on this side, and just every now and then I get a bunch of ringing, like, damn, I got hit with that hook, and I paid the price.
Did that stop the round when that happened, or you guys were still mid?
I think that happened in the third round, and we sparred 6 rounds that day.
So you fought through it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No matter what happens to me, I'll fight through it. I've broken my hands during sparring, during fights, and I'll go all the way through.
Is that wise?
Yeah. I think for some fighters, they just kind of, they'll baby it. For me, it's like, it's already broken. Stopping it is not gonna fix it, so I'm just gonna ride it out.
Could make it worse?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But I'll take that risk.
Did you start leaking right there when Bam hooked your ear off?
No. It just popped the eardrum, thank God, but it didn't bleed.
I don't understand. That would be
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah.
And that's just what comes with the
Oh
territory.
yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm always expecting to go to war. It doesn't matter if it's the best guy in the world or the guy at the bottom of the barrel. I'm gonna go and give it my all.
Has anybody hurt you in a real fight thus far, other than getting caught slipping?
Yeah. No, other than that, no. Like, my last opponent was very quick, but didn't have too much power. And other than that, there hasn't really been like a big threat during a fight where I'm like, okay, I need to watch out for this. Like, I've picked up on these guys. There are little things that they do very quick, and then just kind of adjust to it.
Fire. What keeps you going in this sport? Because I don't want to say it's saturated, but there's a lot of people trying to
Yeah.
box. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what keeps you going?
I think it just my family. I want to represent my last name with pride, obviously, and just give my hometown and my people something to look forward to cheer for. Like, my next fight, they're having a fight party at a bar, and then it's cool because I know a lot of people in the town. They're all gonna go and support, all wearing my shirts, and for me, that's the coolest thing in the world, having that support.
It is pretty fire. Um, I interviewed Bam not too long ago, and he said he wanted to retire soon, and I was like, "Dog, you're like so young.
Yeah.
Why would you want to retire early, or are you trying to fight for a long time, or who knows?"
I think it all just depends because my goal is to get the belts. And then if I can retire at the top with a sharp mind, and a clear head, and then with a good wealth in my pocket, then perfect. But if I have to keep fighting till I'm old, then I got to do that too. It all depends on how it plays out.
I feel it. That's crazy. Let's assume that you in 4 or 5 fights you get your title, you go on to
Mhm.
start defending titles, you get bigger fights, da 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 da, et cetera, et cetera. What would be some investments that you would make?
Investments, honestly, I would probably invest most of my money, especially because I know boxing is not going to take care of me forever. And a lot of just like real estate portfolios and just stuff like that. Just something long term that'll take care of me.
Who do you want to fight? Anybody. If you could fight anybody in the whole wide world in your next fights, who would it be?
I've been having my eye on this guy for a while. He's a good name. He already fought for the world title in his last fight, and I believe he has the WBA gold at my weight class right now. His name is Fergal McCory. He's a good, rough, solid guy, but I think the youth is on my side, and my boxing IQ will prevail if I ever have that fight.
What's his record?
I think he's 18-1, 18-2.
I see.
Yeah, he just fought Lamont Roach for the world title. He came up short. It was a great fight, and that's somebody I love to test my skills against.
Anybody else?
That and then just any of the champions, honestly, in my weight class, because I sparred with a lot of guys
And
that
for the
have
people that don't know what exactly is your weight class?
super featherweight, 130 pounds.
Fire.
Yes, and I believe I'm a big 130 pounder. I'm a strong 130 pounder, and I love to test my skills against the best. That's what I'm here for.
Do you listen to Chicano rap at all?
Yeah, sometimes a little bit here and there.
I know your dad did. What are some of your favorite Chicano rappers, or even people that you listen to today?
So there's Bozo, Little Weirdo. One of the best to me is my uncle Lottie the G, and Kirk One as well.
Lottie is your cousin
Yeah,
or your uncle?
yeah, he's like uncle. Yeah,
Fire. I think I've shot a video or two for that gentleman.
yeah. I've been in some of his music videos actually, and I love his music.
That's tight.
Yeah, so it's real cool.
Pretty dope. Who do you think's out of all the people that have helped your dad train you, who do you think's the best?
That's a tough question because we've had a lot of people. I think I had to give credit where credit is due is my last head coach Hector Lopez, because Hector Lopez not only taught myself a lot but my dad a lot, and we still kind of use some of the stuff that he's taught us even today in our training camps.
I'm not mad at that. That's tight. Shout out to Hector. First of all, are you single?
Yeah, I am single.
You've had a girlfriend
Oh yeah.
and you've boxed your whole life.
Mhm.
So how does that go with you before fights?
There's a rule, like an unspoken rule, where you don't do none of that at least 2 weeks before the fight.
Only 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
I've heard it a lot longer than
Yeah,
that.
because it's supposed to save the legs. You don't want to go in a fight with the weak legs.
Have you ever violated that rule?
No, as a pro, not yet.
But as an amateur,
Yeah, as I'm sure I have.
did that happen during any of those 5 or 6 losses that you received?
No, thank God. Yeah.
Is it cap?
No, I mean,
Do you feel different?
no, not really. Honestly, I feel like as long as I rehydrate good, then I'm fine.
I really want to understand the science, but like you're losing testosterone or some
Yeah,
shit?
I guess after you finish, then you lose testosterone and all that when you finish, and then I guess it weakens the legs or something.
Do you have groupies yet?
A couple, honestly,
That's
yeah,
fire.
yeah. A little here and there, and then you always get the people that they try to get with me because they know the attention that's coming with it, and I can see right through it. Like I'm not oblivious to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, gold digger, clout chasing groupies.
Yes, but to me, it's cool and it's fun. I have fun with it. I enjoy the whole ride of it. Yeah.
Anybody ever come up to you after a fight like, "Oh my God, Abel, you did so great"?
Yeah, it's funny. I've had it happen to me twice where girls
At Commerce.
Yeah, at Commerce. Yeah. It always happens at Commerce. The girls that come up to me, oh, let me take a picture. Then they're all like squeezing my jacket, like grabbing my back, and I'm like, like I know what you're doing, but I just see right through it. I go along with it.
Fire. What?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, no Muhammad Ali in your top 5, huh?
I mean, for me, he's an all-time great, but I think that boxing has modernized and got and changed a lot from back in the day.
Would you say he helped modernize the sport?
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Is he like the Michael Jordan?
Yes, definitely.
Fire.
He's like the all-time. When you think of boxing of anybody, you think of Muhammad Ali.
I feel like for your generation, especially right now, who is it? Like Canelo. Canelo is like the biggest boxer. Like in your how old are you now? So what? Like in your last 13, 14 years or whatever of boxing?
Yeah, most
It's
definitely.
probably Canelo.
Canelo, and then when I was younger, it was Floyd.
Facts. It is definitely for me, Floyd.
And to whoever says it's Jake Paul, you don't know anything about boxing.
What do you think about Jake Paul as a boxer?
So I think Jake Paul is a good entertainer, but he will never be a real boxer because he didn't have to go through what real fighters, especially at this level, had to go through to get there. Because he already had the fame before, and the fame carried him to a big star in boxing. His YouTube carried over to his boxing career.
I was going to use Ryan Garcia as someone that's famous, but then that wouldn't be correct because, like you said, he's gone through the amateurs and everything up until then.
Exactly.
As opposed to so what you're saying is Jake Paul never had an amateur career.
Exactly.
He just magically appeared and started doing his thing.
Yeah, he used his fame, his YouTube fame, to kind of follow him. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this now. He already has all the supporters that are gonna follow him over to boxing. Versus having to gain it. Like, I give Ryan Garcia credit because he didn't really blow up until he turned pro. He just used social media to his advantage, and then that's kind of how he blew up.
Yeah, because he was doing the little boxing. Exactly. I don't want to say tricks, but just showing off.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I ain't mad at it. Dang. So Jake Paul's an entertainer. He's not an athlete.
Exactly. Yeah.
What would you say about the things that he's done for some of the boxers that he has signed to MVP?
Honestly, I think he's financially and business wise, he's done a very good job. Like with Ashton Silva, he's a very good fighter and he's done very good with him. But I just don't think he deserves that title of, oh, I am one of the best boxers. He's not.
Has he said he's one of the best boxers?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't really heard him say that shit, but that's crazy. I think I don't think I know. I just released a post that he was saying he basically just sold his soul. Canelo just sold his soul to Turkey. I'm pretty sure he's pressed that he didn't get that fight locked in. That would have been crazy.
He would have made so much money.
He would have got his ass really beat though.
Oh yeah. But then again, would you get your ass beat for 200-300 million?
How much of a thing is CTE in real life? I know we all make jokes about football players and boxers with the CTE bullshit, but like, how critical is that?
Honestly, I don't
because
even know.
I'm saying like I think getting punched out by Canelo for 12 rounds is kind of like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think for certain fighters it's different. But honestly, if the money's right, it's probably worth it against Canelo. Yeah.
So getting a 300 mil is worth the CTE.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, you're living your life, you're buying whatever you want, you're taken care of.
That's fire.
At the end of the day. Yeah.
That's great. All right. You do fight kind of often, as far as I know, but in between camps and actual fighting, what do you do when you're chilling?
Honestly, for myself, I'm a very like outdoorsy type of guy. Like I've gone backpacking. I'm very into guns, fishing, and just kind of stuff like that.
What's your favorite gun?
Right now, probably the AR-15. I just bought one yesterday.
So you still haven't got it yet for another 2
No,
weeks.
but right now I have
What kind of AR did you buy?
is a Juggernaut Tactical 5.56. Yeah, so
Any attachments?
I have an optic and a flashlight on it. Yeah, that's gonna be coming with it.
Short or long barrel?
Long barrel, 16-inch barrel.
That's good.
Yeah,
A little accuracy.
yeah. I love guns. Guns is like my hobby. I'll build them, everything.
What about handguns?
Handguns. I have a Glock 43X. I have a Glock 26. I have a Beretta, and then I have a Ruger LCP as well.
The LCP's the little guy, huh?
LCP is a little one, yeah.
Do you got your concealed carry?
Not yet actually. I should be getting it next week. I already completed the process. I'm just awaiting.
Because I'm
period now.
assuming the LCP would be more for like a concealed carry.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get it in LA, but I heard like in the Inland Empire and maybe even Orange County, it's a little easier.
Oh yeah. Like I think since now I live in Riverside County, it's a lot easier, and the process was like water. It just flowed real easily.
That's fire. And where the hell do you go fishing at?
Big Bear. Me and my dad have gone to the Eastern Sierras up north, Santa Ana River Lakes. That place is kind of watered down now, but it's good fishing.
That's fire.
Yeah, and
I don't
also
really know
squid.
too much about fishing. I'm not gonna ask you about what's your favorite weights or your
Yeah.
fucking favorite bait. But have you caught any big ass fish?
Oh yeah. But I want to go
Like
deep sea
what's?
fishing.
Oh yeah, I mean like or really big, like as big as me, or like
Well, I usually go trout fishing. Trout are
that's
usually
cool.
like 2-3 pounds. The biggest trout I caught was a 16-pound trout.
That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, that's a very big trout. That, and then
Are
I
you
want to go
catching
deep
and
sea.
releasing, or are you taking it home to eat?
Oh no, taking it home. My dad taught me how to fillet it, so I fillet it, no bones, nothing, and then cook it.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's tight. And where do you go backpacking at?
Backpacking, I went up to the Sequoias, and I want to go to
That's probably
Yosemite in
beautiful.
about the summertime.
Are you going with other people?
Yeah.
You don't be going alone.
Yeah.
What's that movie? 27 hours or 100 and something hours or some shit like that?
Yeah, and in the Sequoias, funny story, I almost died actually backpacking in the Sequoias.
How?
I almost froze to death at night.
You actually almost froze to
Almost
death.
froze to death, yeah.
Who told you that you almost froze to death?
Myself, like I was legit contemplating, like, okay, because it was me and my cousins, and we were in a tent. The tent is completely frozen solid, and then we're like,
Really?
yes, there's snow everywhere. We didn't think it was gonna be that cold, and so we didn't take no blankets or nothing. Just
What?
yeah, and yeah, we almost died that night. We were contemplating like whose parents are gonna find out first, who like how long is it gonna take to find our bodies. We contemplated that.
Why don't you just hike out of there?
It was like a 6-7 mile hike in the middle of the night, and you couldn't even see where you're going. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. Yeah.
That sounds like you were really not well prepared for that hike.
We were not well prepared at all. And it's funny because my dad told me before, he's like, watch, you guys did not prepare the right way, and you guys are going to find out the hard way. And sure enough, we did.
And what about a fire? You fools gonna keep a fire on in the little icicle?
Yeah, so we tried that, but so we had the little gas stoves, but we ran out of those at night, and then we couldn't start a fire because everything was frozen. The whole ground was frozen, snow and everything, and it was horrible.
So you almost died.
I almost died, but it was worth the experience.
Nah. I mean, obviously time is gonna tick, and the sun came.
Yeah.
So how'd you guys?
We just stayed up the whole night, and we were like basically sleeping all in the same like little bag. It was
Well,
trying
yeah,
to stay
so that
warm.
way you could stay warm.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How old were you?
This was just last year, just after my second pro fight. Yeah.
So I already had met you.
Yeah.
Damn fool. Dog. Oh man.
Yeah, it was
I would
crazy.
have roasted you.
Yeah.
How does that happen exactly?
Honestly, I don't know. When we got up there as the sun was kind of going down, and then we're like, all right, let's take a nap. And then when we
But
wake
you
up,
hiked through the snow.
we hiked through the snow. Yeah.
And you guys didn't think it was gonna be freezing?
We didn't think it was going to be as cold as it got because it dropped, I think, like 30, 40 degrees lower than what the high was during that day.
Sequoia National Forest, huh?
Yeah.
Did you see the big ass sequoias?
No. Oh, so we seen, I think, 2 of them. Yeah.
Who almost died, didn't even see the main shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy. Fucking
Yeah.
Abel, dog.
And it was
What'd your parents say? What did everybody's parents say when you guys came home?
the first thing we called them. They're like, "I told you," and and they're all making fun of us. But because we came home, we were supposed to spend 2 nights, but we came home. Then the next morning we hiked out of
Duh.
there because we ran out of all of our food, all of the body warmers, everything. But we learned our lessons. We're not gonna do that again.
Did you guys go to the emergency room or anything?
No, thank God. We just turned the heater on in the car when we got back. Yeah.
6 mile hike. How long did it take for you guys to hike back?
It took us, I think, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. But going all uphill was about 5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then we wake up. And
If you were my son, I would have beat your ass.
I know. That's what my dad said. He's all, man. He's like, I should have beat your ass for not listening. I was like,
oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But at least I lived to tell the story of it.
I guess. Nah, yeah, that shit has me pressed just thinking about it. I don't do hikes.
Yeah, that was something new.
When I was younger, I used to go around and go camping and shit like that. But yeah, I'm good now. I'm straight.
Yeah, like regular camping, like at a campsite where you can park your truck, that's me all day. I can do that all day. But backpacking, that was my first time, and probably not gonna try that again for a while.
There's some beautiful places you should go backpacking, like Zion National Park. Is that what it's called? Zion. I think Joshua Tree has some fire hiking. Anyways,
Yeah.
I would suggest not doing it at all. Don't do that.
Exactly. Or that, or just don't go during the winter time.
Don't go during the summertime either.
Yeah, it get hot.
That could probably kill
Yeah.
you. Dehydrating. Sick ass fools. Well, what day is the fight? Next Saturday? Next Friday.
Next Friday, February 21st.
February 21st. Chumash?
Chumash Casino.
It's going down. You
Yeah.
could watch the fight on
UFC
Fight Pass. Abel Mejia. Sick fool. You almost died, fool.
Yeah. Everybody always dies in the end anyways.
Relax. All right. Make sure you guys follow him. His Instagram was shown in the beginning. If you want to sponsor the homie after you look up some of his highlights, hit him up on the DM. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe.
Thank
We're
you.
out of here. That's crazy.